Hi everyone, and welcome to Stamp with Angela. I'm Angela Palmer, and I appreciate you being with me today. All right, just adjusting my microphone there, just came off. So welcome. I appreciate you being here, whether you are joining me for the first time or whether you're one of my faithful regulars that likes joining me each week. I appreciate you being here. So welcome. Hi Sheila, great to have you here. And anyone else who's joining, thank you for joining us today. Now, I know this is on a Thursday afternoon. People are working, busy, that kind of thing. Afternoon doesn't work quite so well for you. So you might be catching the recording later. And that's the great thing about these lives, that you can watch it later as well. So if you're watching later, welcome as well. So yeah, it works for me to be able to do it during this time. My kids are at school. It's a bit quieter at home. I'm not rushing around in the evening dropping or picking up my girls from dance lessons and that kind of things. So it works on a Thursday afternoon for me to do this. I work part-time at a school as well in the library, and so work Monday, Wednesdays and Fridays. So Thursday afternoon is a good quiet time when I'm at home to be able to do these. So I enjoy being able to share some ideas and things with you each week. So thank you for being here. All right, so today I'm going to share with you make a card using the Reindeer Fun Bundle. Now, I saw this in the catalogue initially and I thought it was really cute, but I was like, oh, I don't need that. I like my Christmas trees and the ornaments and other things, but I saw some creations with this and I think it is really cute. And I thought, actually, I do want to get my hands on that. And I've had lots of fun playing with it. And sometimes with some of the dies, there's lots of bits to it and it can get fiddly and that kind of thing. But with this one, particularly with the reindeer, I love the way they've designed it. It makes it quick and easy to make these die cut reindeer. And then there's all sorts of other die cuts that you can use that could relate to the reindeer or can be completely different that work with Christmas too. So I've got a card to share with you using that reindeer die. Now, if you're in my newsletter, I sent out a tutorial this week. It was a quick card, slightly similar design, but I didn't use a die cut. I just used the paper. So sometimes you can make quick cards and just make use of, I used the image of the reindeer on that. So I did still use a die cut to cut out a shape, but yeah, make use of the papers as well. They're great. But I want to show you how easy it is to make this reindeer. So we will get started and I'll share my craft table and I'll show you what we're going to make today. All right, let's have a look. Okay, I just need to adjust my camera a little bit because it's not quite straight there. Hopefully that's a bit better. All right, so this is the Reindeer Fun Bundle and I should probably show you it in the catalogue because you can get just the stamp set and the dies, but Stampin' Up obviously like to have other things that can coordinate and go with that as well to make it more versatile. So if you have a look, if you've got the mini catalogue or you can look online, if you have a look at page 26, 27, you'll see all sorts of possibilities with this bundle. So the presents and the reindeer. So this is the reindeer that I'm going to show you today, but you've also got other reindeers you can stamp or die cut from the paper. And this is the suite. So we've got the stamps and dies, which I'm going to show you. There is some paper as well, beautiful paper. That was actually the first thing I got. I thought, I'll just get the papers. That's all I need. And then I ended up getting more. So yeah, so got the papers first. So there's reindeers on that. The embossing folder is very cool, this Forever Plaid. And it's a big embossing folder. I didn't actually bring it into the room, but it is probably the height of the catalogue. And that's sort of wide. It is a big one. The boxes, which I haven't had to play with yet, but they are cool too. There's some twine and these peppermint, what do we call them? Peppermint, I can't see them, adhesive back, red and white adhesives. These have been so popular, they're currently out of stock. So they should be coming back probably soon in November. So keep an eye out for that. So you can't actually buy it as a whole suite with one code at the moment, because they aren't available, but you can still select all the other components. And this is very cool paper as well. So you'll see there's reindeer on one side, they've all got reindeer, and then the other side is kind of Christmas patterns and presents and holly and all that kind of thing too. It's a very cool paper. All right. So there we go. So let's have a look. So this is the stamp set. So we've got here the reindeer. So there's actually 2 lots of dies. So we've got, usually I have photocopy, but I haven't actually put my magnetic sheet down yet. I've just realized, should do that. So we've got, yeah, so it'll go that way around. So that'll cut this one. And then we've got the jumping reindeer as well. So you can stamp those, cut them out nice and quick and easy. And there's other things that we can cut out, like this cute little tree and those bells too. So I haven't even had a chance to touch and play with those yet because I've had so much fun with the reindeer die. So those work with that. And then we've got these as well. So you can make little presents and put your bow on it. You've got, here's the presents, and the reindeer is what we're going to use today, these 3 ones. You've got bells we're going to use. You can add a bit of decoration. And then we've also got these as well. So you'll see, I assume, like I say, I haven't even had a play, that one goes like with that present, and then maybe this one goes on the bigger one. So I must have a play with that too. So many things to do. And there's one more die, which I've taken off because I'm using it, is this one here. So that and the reindeer and the bells and the bow are what we're going to use today. So all sorts of things in that set. It's very cool. So this is the card that we're going to make. Isn't this cute? And I'll show you a possibility. So the card in my newsletter was that die with similar colours, but I had Designer Series paper in the background. Now you've got a couple of choices. When I got this, so the die, where is the die? I've moved it. Oh, I just had it. You could obviously have the tree or branches or whatever at the bottom, or you can have them at the top. Oh, my camera keeps moving. This is not good. Let's just adjust it. Hopefully that's going to stay. So let me show you both, and you can tell me which do you like. Now I need to keep an eye on comments too. All right. So can you see the difference? So my background's a bit different too, but you can either have the leaves at the top, or we can have them down the bottom. So that one, obviously the deer looks a little bit more hidden. This one here, we can see it a bit more, and it's more around the top. So if you are using this, it's totally up to you how you make it. For this card, I have added some bells with some gold and a little bit of red there as well. We've done a team swap, and I've used this particular die as well with the reindeer, a different design. Now they've been sent off. I'm just waiting for them to arrive, so I don't have them this week. What we do with a team swap is we design a card, for example, like this. There's 9 people in the group, so I make 9 of the same card. And in the past, I've collated it, but this time another team member is collating it. Everybody sends their cards in, sort them out, so you get 1 of 9 cards. And that way you get to see a range of products, a range of card ideas, and I use the reindeer. So hopefully next week they'll have arrived, and I can show you another way of using it too. So I really liked using this. I was a bit put off because I thought, oh, it's going to be fiddly die cutting, 9 reindeer, but it's actually quite quick. So let me show you the reindeer and how to do it, and then we'll make the card. So you have these 3 dies, and they look a little bit weird on their own, but put them together and they're quite cool. So we've got this one here with the antlers and this layer and that. And so basically you need to choose your colors and cut them out. So I've used early espresso, then very vanilla, and then pecan pie. So when you've cut them out, so to save time, I've done that. So there is my early espresso, there is my very vanilla, and then this one goes on top. Maybe I should just zoom in a little bit so you can kind of see it because it's quite small. Let's come down a bit. All right, so you get your liquid glue. Oops, going to make sure it's going to stay in the holder. And so that's my one at the back. So I'm going to get my vanilla piece and put some glue on it. And we've got bonus here with that. I think it's on the glue. So put that down. Just put it on top like so. Whoops. The good thing with glue is you've got time to line it up. All right, let's get rid of that. Now with this one, you want to put glue on the back of here. You don't want too much, as best as I can. I just want a little bit around the ears so they stick on, but not too much. If I had a sponge, I could sponge it on. So let's put that like that. If it oozes out a little bit, it's okay. It will dry clear. Okay, and there is my little deer, just like that. Obviously, I've pre-cut the pieces in before, but it's still quick and easy to make. And the good thing is, as long as you've got small or thin pieces of card, I can actually cut all three at once. So that makes it quick and easy as well. So I've got a few spares, and that's how you do the reindeer. So you just need 3 different colors, early espresso, very vanilla, and pecan pie. But I've seen all sorts of different color combinations, and you could change it up, make a pink one or something if you wanted. It's totally up to you what you want to do. All right. For some reason in my questions, let's have a look at all these comments and things. I'm not getting them on my phone for some reason. Usually I do. Oh, here we go. Okay. All right, so that's how that works. So let's make the card, and you can see how it'll work. So let's put our little reindeer to the side. But wasn't that quick and easy? So I'll show you the card we're going to make and then a variation on it as well. So let's put that there. Okay. Sorry if I've missed any other comments or questions. Feel free to let me know. I've got it coming up now, so I should be able to see it a bit more. All right. So my card base is pecan pie, one of my favorite newer colors that came out. Then I've got granny apple green for my kind of matting. And then I have garden green. Now, the reason I've chosen these colors is because they're part of the paper. And originally, the first card I made actually included the paper too. So I was kind of keeping with those colors. So all I did was put this on, put it through my machine, and die cut it out. So you'll need to decide if you want it at the bottom or at the top. Now I've got, for this I use granny apple green, and I've got A4 cardstock. Now I've actually run out of A4 cardstock, and I'm waiting for my order to arrive. And I was like, no, but I want granny apple green. But thankfully, from my Memories and More pack, but the workshop pack, which is like this, which I did a class in the weekend for, it comes with some 12 by 12 granny apple green. So I've been able to use this. Okay, now it looks the same, and it kind of is. I would say it's a little bit not quite as thick as the A4 cardstock, but it's two-tone. So this is one side, it's granny apple green. If you turn it over, it's slightly lighter. Now, at the moment, you can't buy this particular color as an individual color, but over time, Stampin' Up! Will bring that about. But this one was part of a pack. So I just used it because I needed granny apple green and it was there. But there are some colors, which if you look in the scrapbooking brochure, which I've printed out, you can get some colors that are two-toned at the moment. So just to be aware of that. They come in the 12 by 12, so perfect for scrapbooking. All right, anyway, so that's going to be my base, and then we're going to do this. So in the stamp set, I felt like I needed something on the paper, so that's why I have stamped the stars, and I've just done it in garden green, the same color as the cardstock, just to give it a bit of pattern around. And I'm just randomly kind of stamping over. Whoops, that's a bit close, but anyway. Now, if it goes on here, I can wipe it off. Is that a bit too busy? Hopefully not. So let's go around the circle and then underneath. Like, whoops. So, okay, I think that will do. All right, so the only other stamping I've done is my sentiment. Now, because of my reindeer being very vanilla, and it's a slightly softer look, I decided to go for very vanilla as well. And I've just used the Merry Christmas from the set. That one was about 1.5 centimeters. This one looks like a little bit narrow, totally up to you. And whether you want to go for the granny apple green or the garden green, you can kind of decide. Little tip now, often we use the middle of our ink pad and we ink it and it gets lighter, sometimes use the side because that doesn't get used as much as the middle. Obviously, we'll need to re-ink it every now and again, but if everybody uses the middle, then there's more ink left on the sides. Right, so it's a long stamp, so I like to press in the middle to make sure that all the ink comes out. Excellent. Now, the other thing I die cut, which I've done earlier, is the 2 little bells and then also the bow. Now, with the bells, it's one die and they're attached, but when they cut out, they separate, okay? So just so you know. All right. What else do we need? And then for embellishments, if I had them, I would have used the peppermint adhesive backed, ones, but they're out of stock. So I have got some of these, which are the Earth Tone Shimmer Gems, which are from another suite. I just thought because of the pecan pie and the green and stuff, I quite like those. If I'd used the peppermints, you could, because of the red, you could have even stamped that in red just to have a little bit of colour come out. All right, so it's quite quick to make. So let me just close my ink pad so I don't get ink where I don't want it. And I'm going to adhere this. So I want the dark side showing. So I'm going to put glue on the light side, like so. Now what I'm going to do is adhere this, and then I'm going to tuck my little, what do you call them? Reindeer underneath. Okay, so he's just kind of like that. So I don't want to put any glue right there. So I'm going to do it with the leaves or the foliage or whatever you want to call it at the top. But like I say, you could do either way, just removing here. Okay, let's put that on. Like so. And then we should be able to just tuck him in like that. Okay. So we'll put a bit of glue on him. I'm just doing him flat because I didn't see that. I just want to tuck him in. So not too far down. And I'm actually going to do it so the foliage is kind of above him like that. So it looks like he's sort of behind the trees. Isn't that cute? All right. And then we just need to put these on. So I might actually put the little one on first. Not too much, but a bit of glue. Angle it sort of thing up here. And the other one, so this is just cut out of gold foil, so just find your little scraps because it's only a very small piece. Put the bells there, and you just want a very thin layer. I guess I could even, I hadn't thought, but put a glue dot in the middle and stick it down with that. Oh, that's not quite the center, is it? Let's just see, can we move it slightly? And then we're going to pop that on like so. Okay, there we go. Do you like that? All right, then to finish off, we just need our sentiment. So, so the bow is a die cut too. Yep. So there were the bells, which were that, and this was the die cut for the bow too. Originally, I thought I might use some of the red twine, which one could, or I could even put some with my sentiment. But when I saw the die cut, I thought, oh, that makes it easy. So I could quite easily make quite a few of these. There is a little bit of die cutting, but it's not too hard, if you know what I mean, and not too fiddly. So up to you what you do with the banner. I'm just going to, oops, that's not very straight. Oh dear. I'm just going to angle it slightly, put it on with some dimensionals. So let's just see whether, I don't know if I will stick it on or not, but let's just tie a bow with this and put it on, and let's see if we want to do that or not. I've just got some ribbon, not ribbon, twine. Let me know if you think we should add it to or not. Or you could, I'll give you a couple of possibilities of what we could do. So we could sort of add that like so. Or you could kind of, it's sticking to me now, put some behind our Merry Christmas, wrap it around a few times, like it might need to be slightly wider and have it behind, that kind of thing. Not sure if I like that one so much. Let's just try the bow again. So you could do that. But I just probably quite like it as it is. So if you need to make lots of cards, you could do a whole lot of die cutting, die cut all the bits out you need, make up. This is what I did with my swaps. I made up all my reindeer, had all the pieces, lined them all up, put them together, put those aside, and then you could die cut your tree bit and then stamp on it, and then sort of, it's better if you're making lots of cards of the same, not to do one step at a time, but to do a whole lot of one thing and the same kind of thing, like, you know, make all the reindeers at once, and then kind of, rather than make one complete card beginning to end, do one whole step. Does that make sense? I'm not sure if I yeah, making sense. There we go. All right. So then what I would do inside is I would get another piece of granny apple green and a piece of vanilla and put that like so, except that's the lighter side. I'm not going to stick it down because this is my last piece and I just want to have one spare before my order arrives. And then I would stamp something inside. So you could stamp the stars, you could stamp where's it, the actual stamp set gone? I showed you before. What did I do with it? I've buried it. You could put a reindeer inside. That would look quite cool. Do I have my pecan pie handy? I don't know if I did, but I would, or you could put some bells. Let's put some bells in. Since we've got that, the question is, what color shall I stamp them in? The only block I've got handy is this one. So we could kind of do it up the top. Maybe we'll go, I don't know, what do you reckon? Green, red? Oh, let's try red, because we can't do gold. We could actually do gold, but that would take more time. Let's just do that inside, like so. And then that kind of ties what's happening on the outside with our bows to that kind of thing. Or you could do green, totally up to you. Anyway, you get the idea. I like to stamp something on the inside, and I like to often do my envelopes as well. All right, so there we are. So that is our quick and easy card. And even though, like I say, it's got die cuts, you can cut all 3 pieces out at once. You just need to do some bells and bow. It's not too fit. Oh, and obviously die cut this, a little bit of stamping. But you could make quite a few of these. All right, what other comments have we got here? Sorry, I haven't been able to follow all of them. Pecan. Oh, yeah, we could have stamped our bells and pecan too. That would have been a nice idea, but mine's not handy. So there you go. I was going to say something else. Oh, yeah, so I just wanted to show you the other card I did. Now, I don't know if you can tell. Maybe I have to show it up top. But I've stamped in the background the stars. It's a bit lighter than those ones. And I've actually got a bit of splatter on that green, but it's actually quite hard to see. So I'll show you how I did that splatter. I've just got a little scrap piece of green, and you need some kind of grid paper and stuff, and then move your other cards and things out the way because you don't want to get them damaged. Basically, with a blend or a marker, you take off the lid. I'm using the thick end, and you basically flick with the lid. Whoops, try not to knock the camera. And you can actually see it more on the white than you can on the green. So just keep going. Sometimes you get darker splatters, but until you feel that you've got enough, just be careful of your tip. I mean, I'd be a little bit careful in a class and stuff. But it's very subtle, but just adds a little bit to it. I don't know how well you can see that. So that's what I did on this card, because I put the stars behind just as a contrast to try something different. And obviously with this one, I did the branches at the bottom as well. So there you go. Which do you like? Do you like, so 2 questions. Question number 1, do you like the leaves at the top or the bottom? So tell me in the comments, do you like leaves at the top or leaves at the bottom? So that's question number 1. What else? Okay, what are we thinking? Who likes leaves at the top or bottom? I'm having a look. So I know it takes a little while for comments to come in. I can't see any comments yet. All right, I see that Sheila says she might have to get this set. I know. I was like that. I'm like, no, I don't need it. And then I saw some people's creations and thought, wow, that's very cool. So do you like leaves at the top or leaves at the bottom? And it might depend on, what you're doing. You can change it around. So that's question number 1. Let me know, leaves on the top, leaves at the bottom. And now I've forgotten what my second question was. What was the second question? Leaves at the bottom. Interesting. Okay, cool. I don't remember my other question I was going to ask. Yeah, do you like the stars or do you like the splatter? I probably prefer the stars because the splatter is quite hard to see. There is, and I didn't use it, there is that stamp. Maybe if I stamped that on it, it would be a bit more noticeable. And maybe it's just the colour because it's quite a dark colour. It's harder to see the splatter, but it might be more noticeable. Oh, okay, so Jocelyn likes the top. Sheila likes the bottom. Joanne likes the bottom. Leaves at the bottom. Okay, so yeah, lots of different things. So you can switch it around to see what you like. So a bit of difference of bottom and tops. Oh, okay, we've got Sheila likes the splatter. Jocelyn likes the stars. Sheila likes the stars. So lots of different things. There's no right or wrong, and you can vary it up. So that's cool. All right, so there you go. So that was the Reindeer Fun. So that was the stamp set. And remember with the dies, although mine are all scattered around because there's 2 pages of them. That's one. And the other one is here. Yeah, and you get a lot with that because you can cut out your reindeer as well as do all the other things. And the presents are pretty cool. I reckon I should have a go at using the present dies as well. And of course, my favorite, like I say, I was a bit worried about how difficult it was going to be, but actually it was very easy to make up these very cute reindeer. So there we go. All right, I need to get my magnetic sheets out and put that together. So we are, 3/4 of the way through October. It is racing by. So I just want to remind you of a couple of things before the month comes to an end. Now, some of you may be into your card making and like doing your own things, but just let me remind you about kits. Kits are amazing. They come in a nice box, and there's a range of kits from Christmas cards to kids cards to masculine cards to thank you cards, flowery cards, all sorts of cards. And there are 2 kind of price ranges. There's the cheaper ones for around $30, which have the pre-printed sentiments. And then there's the slightly more expensive ones, which are around $45, $50. But they have a stamp set, and then you can use that stamp set like this for other things as well. Now, they make great presents. Could be a birthday present, could be a Christmas present, particularly maybe like for teenagers or kids and things, or maybe an adult that wants to do a craft or have something to do. If you get them a kit, then they've got a present that they can enjoy making, and then they've got cards to give. And the best thing is, this month they're 30% off. So make the most of that. Some kits have been popular and snapped up, and they're no longer available. So you do have to check what is on there. The other thing is, if you're into scrapbooking and you're familiar with Close to My Heart, that's what CTMH stands for, Close to My Heart products. Stampin' Up! Are selling the Close to My Heart products with 30% off. Now, I imagine they are sort of their stock of the Close to My Heart products will eventually be sold out, and then Stampin' Up! Will be making their own. So just to let you know about that. And the other great offer for this month is the starter kit. So I joined up when there was no starter kit offer, and it was still a great deal of joining up, getting your starter kit, better value for what you're paying. But even better, this month you get even more product for free. Well, not free, but yeah, you do get it free, I guess. You pay $889 and get $342 worth of products. So a lot of people mainly join up for the discount, but actually I think it's so much more than just the discount. I have been involved in Stampin' Up! For like 12 years, made many great friends. I love doing my classes and meeting people. Now, I know some of you say, I'm not going to do classes, and you don't have to. You might just want to get together with an evening with friends and just buy kits and say, let's make cards together. So you don't have to do Facebook Lives like me or kits or anything like that. You can just join up for yourself to enjoy the products. It'd be great if you got orders from others, but you don't have to. So it is a great deal, and it's that community. If you want the opportunity to go to events like Stamping Up, our on stage, as we call it, which is a big demonstrator event. When I started, I couldn't do those things. My youngest was like 1, 2. I couldn't go away for the whole day or the weekend and that kind of thing. But over time, as things changed, I've been able to. And you might just want that community of connecting with others and that kind of thing. So lots of advantages of joining up. Now, I want to show you one last thing, which I have kind of shown you before. I'm going to put my camera up a little bit because otherwise we're not going to see it all. As I mentioned, Stamping Up is getting more into scrapbooking because, unfortunately, close to my heart, the company is no longer. And so some of those people have come over, which is very exciting that we've welcomed them over. And so they're bringing more scrapbooking products. And in the brochure, there are 4 workshop kits. Now, I am new to scrapbooking. It's new to me. I am learning. But I think these kits are great because it shows you, if you've never done scrapbooking before, it shows you 3 different layouts and then how to cut your paper and how to put it together to make them, and you can just copy, and what you need is in there, which is great. Now, I've also, so there's a reindeer kit, there is a snow one, so that's the reindeer one. I find it hard for the snow because we don't have, snow in New Zealand for Christmas, but there you go. Might appeal to you. There's a Halloween one. Again, I'm not a Halloween person, so that doesn't appeal to me. And then there's an autumn one, which we're not in autumn, we're coming spring into summer, but you could save it for another time of year. But anyway, Stamping Up has these 4 kits, and that's why the reindeer one jumped out to me, perfect for Christmas. So you can buy the kit, make what they've got. Or I did a class in the weekend, and we made this very cool sampler page or sampler display. So it's in a frame, a 12 by 12 frame. And a lot of them involve the stickers that are part of the pack and the cardstock. So it's recorded now. You can choose to take part in the class. It won't be live anymore, but you'll have access to the videos. I'll show you step by step how to make this. I also show you how to make a double scrapbook page. So my design. So this is the first page. I might have to go even further back. Let's see if we can go higher. You'll get to see all the stuff around my table. There we go. So this is where you put a photo. This is where you can put your notes. And then the other side is here. So the idea is you could have 4 photos and a little description there. Whoops, this isn't stuck down properly. And then the trees and things. So that's to show you what you can make. It's a double scrapbook page. And then I made a couple of quick cards left over and there's still stuff left in the pack. So I made 2 quick cards like that. So one pair I did in the red, and then I kind of did very similar, but with the pool party. So the class shows you how to make this display, the the double scrapbook page, and 2 cards. Now, if you buy that kit that I showed you, this kit here for $78, you get the class for half price, and it's just $12.50. If you're a demonstrator or you've already got the kit, you can buy the class for $25 and you'll get access. It is on a Facebook group, but if you don't have Facebook, then I have access to it through a site as well. All right, let me put my camera back down. I'll come back to you in a second as well. So I had lots of fun today showing you this very cute reindeer card. These cards here. So I hope you had fun with that and you learned some things too, like with, different ways to create a background. Oh, I realized I forgot something. I didn't put my embellishments on. Whoops, we should do that. So so you could go for the green or you could go for the pecan pie. If anyone commented, sorry, I didn't see it. I talked about not putting the peppermint on, but I actually forgot to put embellishments on. There we go. Now it's finished. A bit of bling is always good. All right, so I showed you how to make that. Remember, there is whoops, crash, bang, the kit sale happening. So great for yourself, great for gifts. There's 30% off the Close to My Heart products, and there's the starter kit special. So feel free to ask any questions about that. I do have an opportunity tonight online for just half an hour, 40 minutes, going over information about being a demonstrator. You do need to contact me so I can send you the Zoom link, and we'll go over. If you decide it's not for you, that's totally fine. If that doesn't suit, just get in contact with me and I can give you a call or arrange another time to go over things. And then also, if you're interested in the class, so this is the reindeer like we used, but in different products, the sampler, the scrapbook, and the cards using the reindeer memory kit. Whew. Lots to show you. I feel lots happening this month. Okay, let's come back to me and we'll finish up. Okay, where are we? Trying to find me? Okay. Awesome. All right, here's sticking up there. Okay, thank you for joining with me today. I'm sorry I didn't quite get to keep an eye on all the comments as we went, but it was interesting to see that some of you liked the leaves at the top, some of you liked it at the bottom. If you've got the set yourself, then you can make it how it suits. And then there's other, products and offers and things happening as well. So I know a few of my team members are on this live today. So I appreciate those people being in my team, and I think they enjoy being a demonstrator. So like I say, you don't have to do all the things that I do with lives and classes and that kind of thing. You can make it suit you as long as you meet your minimums each quarter, and I can go over what that involves if you've got any questions. All right, so thanks for being with me today. Remember, please reach out to me, ask any questions. If you're not on my mailing list, love you to sign up. You'll get exclusive tutorials and information. If you watch this on YouTube, please subscribe. You'll get notified of upcoming videos and things. And I would love to share with you again next week. So see you each Thursday, whether it's live or the recording. And if I can help, please let me know. All right, thanks for being